Welcome, everybody. We have a very special edition of Culture Clash tonight. Tonight, I, Kyle, will be the commissioner of fandom, specifically science fiction fandom, as we are having the first ever Culture Clash fandom draft. And tonight, we will be drafting our favorite science fiction television series. We are going to have a lot of fun, and there's only one way to kick this off. So let's do this thing.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This is the Culture Clash.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
It is draft night. We are excited. We've been talking about this for a while. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight, but I can't draft by myself. What fun is that? I can't steal picks from people. I can't pull commissioner power if I'm the only one here. So I have had to bring in some other podcasters just so we can have a proper draft. And of course, that always means I am bringing in my brother from another mother from Santa Barbara, California, representing Megaforce. He is the one, the only Raider nerd, won't be double time champ here on the Sci-Fi draft, but the one and only Mr. Kevin Reitzel.
This is what you win in fantasy football. This is not what you're going to win tonight, but just want to show you that the Super Bowl trophy for fantasy, think of it for the Sci-fi TV Series trophy. We're going to find out who wins this draft tonight.
Mm-hmm. It all starts with the draft.
I'm excited, man. This is very cool.
Yeah, Kevin, just as long as you realize you weren't needing to call Mel Kiper Jr. for this draft.
Football reference, sports ball reference.
Well, speaking of drafts, now she might be the queen of movie foo, but she knows her stuff on TV too. Representing the Stranger Atlanta Things, well, the great queen of movie foo, Lacee Adderhold.
Hello, hello, hello. So exciting.
Are you ready to draft, Lacee?
I am. I'm going to win. I'm going to wipe y'all out. What's up?
She's bringing it. She's bringing it.
I love the attitude. She knows how to do it. She's like a expert in movie and TV trivia. We're going to see how she does with fantasy or with sci-fi TV.
Well, our next drafter, he's been around the Fandom Podcast Network lately. Most of the time, you see him hanging out around a big blue box and some guy named Hadley. But he's been joining us for the Union Fed too. And you know what? He's representing things out in California as well. But we're going to call him the Retro Master himself. We got Gary Akers with us.
Hello, hello, hello. I have been training for this since Christmas. And so I am in my top peak physical and mental condition for this tonight.
So in other words, you've been eating a lot of snacks.
Well, yes. Popcorn while I watch movies. And I was reliably informed that I'm very excited because I was reliably informed that there would be a substantial cash prize for the winner. So I'm looking forward to that.
But you don't know about the Fandom Podcast fake money, do you? Kevin, I really feel like you should introduce our last team because I think you can get a much better proper introduction to our very special final team.
Yeah, I love this guy. We used to work together. We used to nerd out together, but we still nerd out together. I call him my fandom, nerdy little brother here. I'd like to welcome Robert to the group here.
Yeah, he is representing a galaxy far, far away.
Oh yeah.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up?
So,
I'm ready to go. Let's get it on.
Okay, well, let's talk about some things. But first, here, we're a podcast. We got to take care of a little business here. Of course, this is Culture Clash. This is the Sci-Fi Draft. And of course, we are part of the Fandom Podcast Network. In fact, we are the flag show of the Fandom Podcast Network, and it's a new year. I'm really excited. This draft is going to be a ton of fun. And if you're watching on YouTube, scan that QR code that's up on your screen right now. It'll take you to our homepage at fpnet.podbean.com, where you can find our library of audio podcasts going way back. And we've been throwing out some classics. We got another classic we'll be throwing out soon, but we got a lot of fun things going on. And I'm pretty sure one of these two guys is probably going to win this draft tonight. I'm going to bet on the guy in the blue and the white shirt, but you just never know what's going to happen. But before we get fully into the draft here, I do want to ask our teams, are they truly ready? Because I know we had to do some explaining of what a draft was to some of you guys. So, Lacey, are you ready?
Yes, I know I'm not the sporty person, but I do know how to do this part. I will say I did participate in my parents' football draft, but I did it by picking the color of the uniforms that I like better, and I did pretty well. I'm just saying.
I like that. Out of curiosity, who is at the top of that list? Do you remember?
Oh, well, I did it per game. So they'd tell me and I'd be like, well, what color are they? What color are they? And so
Okay.
I usually go for like burgundies and like navies. Usually.
I like that.
Robert, there's some rumors you went training with a little green guy to get some extra force for your draft.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A little green guy.
Yeah.
I know it's not Grogu. It's going to be Yoda for me.
Away, put your draft list. You'll be.
I've got my list. I'm ready.
We're gonna put the blast shield down so you can't see.
Blast shield, huh? Okay. Okay,
but
with the blast shield down, how am I supposed to see?
That's the point. Now, Gary, did you travel through time and space in a blue box to pick out some of your shows?
Well, you'll just have to wait and see. I do have to say though, this is I don't mind saying I was born without the sports gene, so I think I'm ready for this. Football is where we have the strikes and the spares, right?
Well, they have strikes. I will say that.
Kyle, with your permission, I have the draft rules and parameters right in front of my face right here. If you'd like, I can go ahead and set that up because we've explained it to our cast here and our friends here on the network. But I think it's time to explain it to the viewers and the listeners out there just in case.
I will sacrifice my commissioner rights for you to read the rules.
All right, let's go ahead and get a little transition here. All right, hold on. Okay, so here's how the draft rules and parameters are going to be. The draft will be 3 rounds, so top 3 picks from each participant in a fantasy football snake style draft. We will have a free agent round pick, which would be like an honorable mention afterwards, after our top 3 picks. And we'll see how things go. Maybe we'll throw in another round of picks. We'll see how it goes depending on time. Rules will be explained right now for those of you that are curious and are watching and listening. These are our favorite shows, not necessarily the best sci-fi shows. So there's obviously a lot of top 50s and top 100s and top 10 lists out there, but these are our favorite shows. Think of it as a desert island pick that you are taking these 3 TV shows with you to a desert island. They're going to be the 3 shows that you're hoping that you'll get to pick without it being 1 or 2 being yanked by other people. So think of it as that way. So the parameters and rules, here it goes. The IMDB Sci-fi show rating must have sci-fi mentioned in its genre selection. You cannot draft a franchise, only a show within the franchise. For example, if you're going to choose Star Wars, choose which TV series. Same thing with Trek, same thing with SG or Stargate, all those franchises that have more than 1 show under its umbrella. The sci-fi show must have aired at least 6 episodes. You must clarify your choice of the original or reboot series. Example, Battlestar Galactica. Do you like the newer one? Do you like the original 70s one? Most important, once a sci-fi show has been picked, it's off the board and can't be picked by anyone else. So we've asked our participants here on the panel, Kyle, put a list of about top 10 to 15 so you can pull from in case some of your favorites get picked. And then what we're going to do, this is going to be in a fantasy football snake draft. What that means is we're going to randomly choose who picks first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. The 5th person is going to pick twice because we're going to go back in the opposite order. We're going to go 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then when that number 1 picks gets to pick 2, and then we go back and forth like a snake. After we finalize all of our drafts, I'm going to be keeping track of who picks what. Kyle is going to be keeping track of who picks when. Once we have our final sci-fi team that we all have, we're going to pick amongst ourselves someone else's list that they think should be the winner. You can't pick your own, and we'll see if we can get a winner out of that. If there's anyone in the chat that thinks that there's a winner, we'll take that into consideration as well. The draft participants are myself, Kyle, Lacey, Gary, and Robert. Do we have any questions before we start? Is that good? Yes, Lacey.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
It's that Ankylosaurus, the turtle one with the little spikes on the feet. You know?
Cool. Okay, just checking.
Yeah.
Okay. And just for you people out there listening, if you're wondering what shows might qualify, we have some different slides here to kind of just warm you up. Obviously, some classics like The Twilight Zone, The Outer Limits, Stranger Things, which just wrapped up, The X-Files, Stargate, The Orville, Star Trek, Doctor Who, The Expanse, Westworld, Black Mirror, Firefly, Babylon 5, the whole Star Wars franchise, all the shows in there from Andor to The Mandalorian to Skeleton Crew. Doctor Who, that's always a big one. All the Star Trek shows are eligible for this draft. We even got some classics. Knight Rider does fall under sci-fi. We've looked this up, ladies and gentlemen. We verified it. Classic Battlestar Galactica, Buck Rogers, Lost in Space. Even some animated things like Robotech, Lower Decks, Cowboy Bebop. Some other favorites. One of Kevin's is Space Above and Beyond, Space 1999 for some classic, a little Farscape, and so many more that are out there. But guys, it is time to start this draft. But before we can draft, we kind of have to have a draft order here. And luckily, I have some fun to establish our draft order. So, guys, let's pick some drafts. Now,
if you're watching the video, we got a spinner here, Kyle.
Yeah, I'm sorry I'm no Vanna White, but let's get things going and spin for the number one draft pick. Dun, 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 dun. And coming up, it will be Mr. Reitzel.
Yes, woohoo!
The rig is in. The rig is in.
It's rigged.
Yes.
Okay, so how this works is now we will remove Mr. Reitzel and spin again. Picking at number 2, the suspense is killing us, will be Mr. Khan. So how does it work out that the hosts get to
Robert and Lacey, I don't. Okay, this is just too coincidental.
This is rare.
Pick 3 goes to Gary.
I take back what I said about it being kids.
Hey, you are part of the network. And the suspense for pick 4 will be Robert.
I wrote down our names in that order.
Lacey the Prophet.
That's
And
crazy,
ladies and
man.
gentlemen,
Lacey, after the show, I want to talk to you about tomorrow's lotto picks.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Gotcha.
we
No problem.
have our draft order.
All right, so
with that-
Lacey means you get 2 picks in a row when it comes to you.
Yes.
With that,
Cool.
representing Megaforce, Kevin the Raider Nerd Reitzel is on the clock.
Well, you might want to bring some of those slides up, Kyle, because I just told myself that I was going to get, if I got the number 1 pick, I know what it would be.
Okay, well, you just got to say it. So
First of all, does anyone have a guess?
I might,
Well-
but I think we need to have some surprises here. Well, but the question is, will they actually sign to play for your team? That's the question.
Number 1 by far, long shot, is Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Oh, there we go,
Never
ladies
seen
and
it.
gentlemen. Star Trek TNG off the board. Why is this your number 1 pick, Mr. Reitzel?
You know, it's that warm, comfy blanket, basically. And it's the show that really solidified my Star Trek fandom after watching all of the TOS movies that were out at the time. And it's the one I comfortably go back to all the time. It's the one I talk about all the time. It's the one that I know more about any of the episodes of any other sci-fi series more than anything else. And it has some of my favorite episodes of all time. The movies were a great run as well. You know, seeing it be rediscovered by younger fans and then being kind of brought back by Star Trek Picard, and that final season of Picard where all of them came back and you saw the Enterprise D was just a perfect way to just end the TNG cast and give them a final, like, goodbye. And I knowing how they ended that series in Picard makes me even happier returning back to TNG.
Well, as an analyst, Gary, I'm personally feeling that Kevin's pick was influenced by all his work on the Q episodes of the Union Federation.
Well, yeah, you had 12 weeks of warm up for this.
Yeah.
So, no, that's a great choice.
I'm excited because in April, several TNG folks are going to be at Huntsville. And
Ooh,
I
really?
just got the Lego Enterprise D.
Yeah, that thing is amazing.
I think I might be having them. I might be taking the box to have them sign it.
That would be cool.
That's an amazing that Lego thing.
If I can figure out how to carry it through the convention, because it's so heavy.
So that puts me on the clock. Somehow I have a pretty good idea. Kevin Reitzel might know what I'm about to pick. And
I know.
Lacee might know what I'm about to pick.
I know.
Because if you are fans of the Fandom Podcast Network, you have heard me mention this show. It is my most rewatched science fiction show. In my opinion, the greatest love story in science fiction. Kyle takes with his first round pick, number 2 overall, Farscape.
Yep.
I love this show. I think John Crichton is one of the best main characters in science fiction history. Ben Browder is phenomenal in that role. You add in the Henson Creature Shop creatures, the bizarreness at times of Farscape, some of the original ideas they did. I love this show. Come on, you're flying around in a living ship, and just great characters, great villains, off the wall, beautiful characters, and like I said, in my opinion, the greatest love story in science fiction. So with my first overall pick, again, I have selected Farscape. We'll
bring that to the stage here for the video audience. There's a nice picture of the Farscape cast there.
Ben Browder, no couple, I think, in my opinion, has more chemistry than Ben Browder and Claudia Black as Aaron Sung and John Crichton.
I will say that Claudia Black just has chemistry she's just amazing with chemistry. I think everyone loves her because I loved her with Michael Shanks as well. Like her chemistry. Yeah, she's just awesome.
I have a question though, because Kyle, I had just marked it off my list because I had it on my list of, I did about 10 or 15. Mm-hmm. Out of curiosity, raise your hand. Anyone else had Farscape on their list? Nope, just me and you, Kyle.
Yeah.
How many people had Star Trek Next Generation on their list?
Wow,
really? Okay.
Oh, in my pool.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I'm asking.
It was in there.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. No. Yeah. Farscape's here. I just didn't.
I just will throw this out to the listeners. If anybody would like to send me a Winona pulse pistol, please feel free to contact me on Facebook. Hold on. We looks like we do have a little. Some Amanda Gears had me.
Oh, Amanda Garris. Hi, Amanda.
Amanda, what are you saying me to? Was your
are you talking about Farscape? If you are one of my favorite people now.
Or TNG.
Yeah. So that leads us to our third pick, which belongs to Gary, representing everything retro. This is gonna be I'm actually very curious about this. So Gary, you are on the clock.
My first pick is going to be what I consider the crown jewel of the Star Trek franchise, which is Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Nice.
Johnny K is going bonkers right now, Kevin.
To me, it's Star Trek's first true epic. And I love every character. I mean, there's 20 plus main characters. It takes the franchise in a whole new direction, kind of like a war direction, without losing any of what Star Trek is really all about. I think it's impeccably cast. Even the minor characters. I don't think there's ever any other series within the Trek franchise which had so many episodes which just made me cry. As well as shout in joy at what I was watching. So, and just it's kind of sidelined as, by many for being like too complicated and too overly serialized. But like I said, I think that just what we go through with the characters is just, unforgettable. So that's my first choice.
I had that on my short list, just saying.
I agree with you, Gary, that I think it's the most epic Star Trek as far as just the story going from season 1 to the final season. And come on, you can never go wrong with Hawk from Spencer for Hire. I'm saying.
That's right.
Who's your favorite DS9 character? Out of curiosity, Gary.
Garrick.
Yeah, me too, dude.
Followed by Vic Fontaine.
Nice. Okay.
There you go. Well, that brings us to pick 4 of the first round. Robert, you are on the clock. Use the force well.
The X-Files.
Oh, he didn't even wait. He was all over that.
It's very simple. That was my Friday night for 5 to 7 years. It was my Friday night with a bag of barbecue Fritos and an ice cold 2-liter of Coke. That was my Friday night. I was a diehard.
That's a great Friday night right there, brother.
So I have to ask you then, Robert, as it is known, a certain Ryan Coogler is currently doing an X-Files remake show.
Not interested.
Okay.
And I wish them the best. That's not to be negative. Make a great show. Do your thing. But
okay, so then
apparently
I have to ask
that he was interested in helping them, pass the torch. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do.
Yeah. I'm just that was like a moment in time for me, and I like it. That's X-Files for me.
So favorite X-Files episode?
Tombs.
Erlenmeyer Flask.
That's a good one too.
Ooh, which one's that one?
That was the first season finale.
Yeah. Had one of the best props they ever did in the show, in my opinion, which was the little cryo tube with the alien fetus.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing back.
I just want to double down here. Like, I'm not knocking this remake thing. I think it's just maybe I'm a little fatigued with reboots and remakes and revamps right now.
Understand
that's also might be part of it, but I didn't mean to shoot you down on that or anything.
No, that's fine. I was just curious because Ryan Coogler's has had a lot of success. So I'm very intrigued.
You know what I'm probably going to do is now, now that I've been kind of put to task about the question, is I'm going to see how it goes. And if everybody's telling me it's awesome, I got to watch it. Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Cool.
I'm just out of curiosity. That's a great choice, Robert. Are we considering the 2 seasons from a few years ago as part of the original?
Yeah, that's
and the
continuation.
So they're connected.
And the movies are connected to all of that.
Right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
I served Deep Throat lunch back in the 90s.
Great character.
Yeah, nice guy. Real nice guy.
So we have the X-Files off the list here.
Yes.
In no way did I think that I was going to make it. And none of those came off my list. I'm very excited. So I
had X-Files on my list too.
So Lacee, it is up to you. You are on the clock to close out round 1 with the 5th pick.
Okie dokie. Round 1, first pick. I'm going Stargate SG-1.
Oh,
good.
Wormhole Extreme is my favorite. Love it. Wearing the shirt, got to represent. It's just one of those ones. It does a little bit of everything. There's something for everybody. 10 seasons. So if we're talking about a desert island pick, this is going to give you a lot to choose from, and you're not going to get bored.
Excellent point, Lacee.
Right? Like you got chunks of stuff to watch, which is going to be cool. I don't think there's a character I don't like. Even the bad guys are awesome. Lots of good guest stars. I mean, it's just, yeah, it's really one of my favorites, and I can go back and watch it over and over and over again.
That's the bummer to going first, is that I think that was my second pick overall if I would have gotten it.
Oh yeah.
Former child prodigy raising. Well, it sure ain't Universe.
Oh, Amanda said that Home is her favorite episode of X-Files. Ew.
For those of you that are watching, please give us your picks and your thoughts. This is great. We love it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Kevin.
Wait, Home was her pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, her favorite episode.
Oh, cool.
Creepy.
Kevin, will you rehash the first round for us?
Okay.
All right. I went first. I picked Star Trek The Next Generation. Kyle went second. He picked Farscape. Gary went next with Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Gary, I knew you were going to pick that. If it was coming to you, I knew you were picking that. We've had that discussion. Robert went in with X-Files. Great choice there. And Lacey stole my second pick overall. If I could have gotten it, it was Stargate SG-1.
I think we all did fairly long series. The
Yeah.
shortest one out of all these is Farscape.
Yeah.
And I've got to confess, without the sports gene, I confess I actually thought during each round, each of us would pick 3. I don't know why I thought that.
Gotcha.
So with the fact we're only picking,
You're having to whittle.
That kind of surprised me. But no, this is good.
Well, we have had our first round, and as we explained in the rules, this is a snake draft, which means we will be going in reverse order this round. So to kick off round 2, meaning she has back-to-back picks, which scares me to no end. But Lacey, you are kicking off the first pick of round 2, and I think I know what it is because you're holding it up.
Yes, I didn't bring Stargate over because it was really heavy. I'm going Smallville, and
Not a shocker.
again, 10 seasons, lots to choose from. I mean, so many pretty people, so much fun.
Erica Durance.
Yes, okay. I'm sure.
Sorry, did I say that out loud? I
Along the lines
apologize.
of Michael Rosenbaum, but that's cool. And he's just one of my favorite people. And to this day, the only person I have ever gotten like kind of shell-shocked by was Tom Welling. I was at Dragon Con and I was walking through the back hallways because I was working, and someone was bringing him like towards me going that way, and we were going this way. And I was talking with a friend, and I literally, like, my mouth stopped working. I've never had that happen. He just like, as he walked by, he was like, I was just like, yeah, it was insane. I met him later, held it together. It was fine. But yeah, to this day, the only person who has just stopped me in my tracks being that attractive in person.
And from the desk of JMH, Neil before Zod.
Indeed.
Good choice. And yeah, how many seasons was that?
10. Again,
Nice,
another 10.
nice.
Um,
Gotcha.
That did
Wait.
weigh into my choices.
Was this more appropriate for you from former child prodigy Neil before Tom?
Yes.
All right, sir.
Okay, so Smallville is off the board, which means Robert, you are up next.
The Prisoner, 1967.
Wow.
Right on. That's a deep
Very
cut,
good.
man.
Deep
One of the
dive.
greatest shows ever made outside
That
of
is a
genre.
classic.
Can you
I have it,
remind
and I
me?
have never watched it.
Yeah, can you? Chris, by the way, real quick in the chat says greetings programs, otherwise known as Ghostbusters Quick Response. Chris, thank you for checking in. The Prisoner, Robert,
Yeah.
remind me what the premise was that, because I've never seen that show. I've heard of it. but never
Patrick
seen it.
McGowan, and he's involved in intelligence for the British government. And one of the things about the show, just off the bat, is I love it because it treats the viewer with respect. You're smart enough to draw conclusions of your own, but the show itself is set up in a way to be kind of timeless and vague in certain respects. So I think it does demand a lot from the audience. You got to pay attention and watch it, but at the same time, it's respecting you.
Nice.
So he shows up to resign, and it turns out there is no resigning. And he wakes up. He's headed home. He packs his bags, and as he's packing his bags, his room fills with smoke, and he passes out and he wakes up in a place called the Village.
Nice.
go.
Very cool.
And I am really hesitant to say anything else, because if anyone out there has not seen this show, it is a mind-bending trip. If you just let it happen, and you will have more questions than answers all the way to the end. But that's the point.
You'll see the meme, I am not a number.
I'm a free man.
Yeah.
I will not be pushed, filed, stamped, indexed, briefed, debriefed, or numbered. My life is my own. And it's just like such a powerful statement. Patrick McGowan, if you look into the making of it and his interviews after the series, that series was very much a passion project of his.
Nice.
And it was, what I love about it is the exact right way to make a film or a series that is commentary on the real world.
Quick question.
Without being overt, you know?
Okay. How many seasons did it go for?
It's just the one. I broke the rule.
Well,
it's more than 6 episodes.
No,
there's one.
There's 17 episodes.
Yeah, but it didn't have like a season 1, season 2 format. It
That's
just had
okay.
this
It
doesn't
one
matter.
run, and that was it.
It aired more
episodes.
It aired more than 6. You're good.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, it was just kind of like, I guess today you would call it a limited miniseries today.
Mm-hmm.
You would probably call it that. Yeah.
You call it 2 seasons of a streaming show is what you would call it.
Basically, yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Well,
But yeah.
that brings us up to the third pick of the second round. Gary, you are on the clock. I'm curious. I think I might know what this is.
I have to ask what this clock is. Like, what are we talking about a clock? Is this a sport thing?
It's a sports
Yes,
thing.
during the NFL draft, you only get 10 minutes. And there's always a famous showing of the person will say, okay, the Kansas City Chiefs are now on the clock, and they get a limited amount of time to make their choice.
Wait.
Yeah.
Kevin, technically your Raiders are already on the clock.
Yes, my Raiders earned the #1 pick because they opened up a can of suck this last year. And so they're technically on the clock until the actual draft in April. So, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, so
Gary,
this means I can basically just kind of talk for 10 minutes, right?
No, our clock is much faster. Our clock is very timey-wimey.
Gotcha. Okay. My second pick is a beloved series, Quantum Leap.
Ooh,
The original.
Timey-wimey.
Such a
Not
nice
the reboot, not the reboot. The original. Scott Bakula, Dean Stockwell, both brilliant in this. It's one of the great time travel series. The fact that they could give Scott Bakula literally anything to play, from a young girl to a chimp to a young man with autism to an old man, whatever they threw at him, he was just brilliant. And will the next leap always be the leap home? And fantastic writing, wonderful music, kind of dipping back from the 50s through, at that point, the 80s, and endlessly rewatchable, very inspired. And so that's going to be, oh boy. And every episode when he realized what he was in, oh boy.
Wasn't that wasn't that the show that was voted the saddest ending of all time?
One of them, yeah.
Well,
That is final card.
I actually want to ask you, Gary, how you feel about the ending, because it's controversial.
Well, I can't separate just the ending from the circumstances around it. It wasn't supposed to be the ending.
Right.
It was just a super last minute thing, and you can tell that because they misspelled Beckett in Sam Beckett. I was thinking about this the other day. There's an easier way they could have done. Instead of saying Sam Beckett never returned home, they could have just said like Sam Beckett is still leaping, and make it a little bit less final than what it was.
I want to tell you this, that I never watched the show, but I knew about it because I have friends of mine that are bad about it. But I remember when they had the famous assassination on JFK episode.
Yeah.
Oh man,
The Lee Harvey thing. I watched that one because that was a big deal.
Yeah.
I would
And
say
they had some little clever twists.
Yeah.
You know, even to that. That was the one thing that they really kept when the last season, when the ratings were slipping a little bit, they started doing the one thing which they said they would never do, which is actually to have Sam meet or be real people.
Yeah.
So he's like Lee Harvey Oswald, he's like Dr. Ruth Westheimer and stuff is kind of like a gimmick. They have like an evil leaper in the last season, which is kind of cheeky. But I'll just give you my two favorite episodes. One is the two-parter where he leaps into himself as a young boy called The Leap Home, where his dad is still alive and his family hasn't cracked apart. And that was a great episode. And another one called Private Dancer, which takes place in 1979, where he leaps into kind of a Chippendales guy, and he's there to help this young deaf dancer kind of not go really way off track.
Yeah.
So a
Good
ton
pick,
of great
dude.
stuff. Thank you.
That was my third pick.
Yeah.
Excellent pick. It's my wife. It's my wife's favorite show. She sat me down to watch the whole run, and I was blown away.
Yeah.
It's a
I will
great
say this.
show.
I think Quantum Leap turned Scott Bakula into one of the most popular actors in fandom. Because I don't know anybody who doesn't love Scott Bakula because of Quantum Leap. So I just got.
I was really waiting for him to be a guest star in the reboot.
Yeah.
I got through about 3 episodes of the reboot, and then I physically just could not take it anymore.
All right, Kyle, you are up next.
Okay, so this is I've been going back and forth, and I got to use a little draft strategy here, because I think what I'm going to take next will not make it through 2 picks of Mr. Reitzel.
Oh,
and I have to take the thing that influenced one of my greatest fandoms. With my second pick, I am selecting the anime that started it all, Robotech. Damn it. Robotech was one of my big introduction to anime drugs. It's over 83 episodes, 3 different Japanese anime series that Carl Masick took and made into one huge thing. It gave us Veritech Fighters. It gave us Cyclones. It gave us some phenomenal music. It gave us a first look really at a cartoon that was for adults in the U.S.
It was a drama, an ongoing drama.
We had death. We had main characters killed.
Yeah.
We had war. We had the effects of war. I'm not a huge fan of the Robotech Masters, the second part of Robotech, but Robotech Macross Saga is an all-time classic, and I am a huge fan of Robotech The New Generation, which was originally Japan Genesis Climber Mospeda. And yeah, it was one of my biggest introduction shows into the drug that is anime.
Well, I know we've got a little picture for this here, Kyle. Let's go ahead and add this to the stage. There it is, Robotech on the slideshow there. The show that really changed the way I look at cartoons too, because of the ongoing story. It just wasn't a one-shot thing, and it was kind of just because I was a kid, it was like a soap opera for a kid, but cool and sci-fi. You know, it's great. Yeah. Chris says, "Still love me in Alpha."
You are the man, Chris. Yes, the Alpha Fighter is always very good.
Yes, good choice there, Kyle. All right.
Okay,
anyone
Mr.
else have any
Reitzel.
comments on Robotech?
I mean, I saw Robotech. Robotech's great.
I have not seen Robotech.
I'm gonna mark that off my list here,
Oh, yeah.
Kyle. Thank you very much.
It's called draft strategy, Mr. Reitzel.
Well, I'm okay with that because the 2 that I wanted to pick, and I now pick back to back, are still on the table. And I'm gonna go with one of my
To
favorites.
close out the second round. So this is your final pick. This is the final pick of the second round.
Yes, this is the final pick of the second round. And this was one of the TV series that was inspired from a movie. And it garnered another huge fandom to the genre in the 90s. And it had some of the most 90s outfits of all time. And that is the TV show Highlander.
I knew that had to come up at some point.
Is that sci-fi or fantasy?
What's that?
I wouldn't have pegged that for being sci-fi. I figured that would have been fantasy.
Does fall
Fantasy
under
might be
sci-fi.
under one of the things, but it is sci-fi, especially with a lot of the elements that it chooses from. So yeah. And who do we have here? Chris saying, I was well into underground anime when Robotech popped up and was very happy despite Carl Massick's shenanigans. So yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole other. That's a very long story for a whole other podcast. But I can understand that. I did have some underground anime going, but I was also in Alaska at the time, so we took whatever the heck we got.
That's true. I did not follow Highlander when it originally aired in the 90s because it was on at weird times on the West Coast. I've talked about this endlessly during our Highlander Blood of Kings podcast here on the Fandom Podcast Network. We've been taking a little break lately, but we're going to be coming back to it. But I did not get into it when it originally aired just because it was on at these weird times. But man, when it started dropping on VHS, more specifically DVD in the early 2000s, and I was working for Decipher Inc., who made the trading card game that I've mentioned that I've worked for, and it covered Star Wars, Star Trek, and Lord of the Rings. I was taking those season 1 DVDs with me on the road. I had a little portable DVD player. Yes, it might have been on in the car while I was driving, a hotel room. I had it, and every time a new season come out, and it's one of my passions. So Highlander is my pick for the final pick of the second round. So mine was Highlander. Kyle was before that with Robotech. Gary before that at Quantum Leap. Robert hit The Prisoner, and Lacey did Smallville. All right, Kyle. We are now into round 3, correct?
We are into round 3. Mr. Reitzel, once again, you are kicking off round 3. You are on the clock.
All right. I'm so happy that I got the wraparound on this because this is a somewhat newer show, and we've only gotten 3 seasons of it. And it has a huge fandom that is clamoring for more. There's a rumor that it will be more. I've cosplayed as a uniform of this series, and it is inspired by my first pick, Star Trek The Next Generation, and my pick is Orville, the Orville. Of course, showrunner Seth MacFarlane, and wonderful cast. It originally was touted, a lot of people thought it was just going to be kind of like a show that was parroting Star Trek, but no, it took chances, and it got funny, yes, and it also got serious. And the production value was fantastic, and it had a great story arcs, and it's a world that I love going back to, even though I've only got about 36 episodes or something like that. Maybe there'll be another one, but my first pick of the third round is the Orville.
And that is not shocking. We talk a lot about the Orville here on the Podcast Network. It is a very incredibly fun show. Seth MacFarlane surprised everybody with that show, I think. So that is a great pick.
Anybody else in this panel seen it?
Yeah, that's one of our. That's my a couple of my friends are in the chat. Kevin and Karen. I'm sorry, you're Kevin. James and Karen are. They run the military sci-fi media track at DragonCon, and that's one of our properties. So we talk about that one a lot.
Very good. So that puts me back on the clock in the third round with the second pick in the third round. This is a tough one for me. There's still a lot of good stuff on the board here and things I truly love. But I need to fill my hardcore science fiction. And I need something that respects the science. And if Haley Stoddard was here, she would know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, I have a feeling I know what this is.
I'm going to take a show that was not on one, but 2 networks. It started on the Sci-Fi Channel. It then moved to Amazon because Jeff Bezos loved this show so much and was so mad that the Sci-Fi Channel got the rights to it. He made sure when Sci-Fi didn't want to pay for it anymore, he got it for Amazon and really increased its budget.
I know what it is. Yep.
It is a show. It probably is the science fiction show that respects the rules of space better than any show I've seen ever. And that is The Expanse. I love the cast of this show. I love the ideas of this show. The books it pulls from are phenomenal. And they follow the rules of space so well. And it's intriguing. Thomas Jane is in this show. He is phenomenal in it. And there's so much going on, very political, very science fiction. aliens, creatures, portals to other galaxies. It was so well done, and I'm so glad Amazon continued it and gave us 2 more seasons of it. It was very well adult, very adult. It was so good. The Expanse is my third pick second pick overall in the third round. Gary,
can I just say, Kyle, that based on your lead-in, based on that introduction, I was sure your pick was going to be Space 1999, because nothing says real science like the moon blasting out of orbit and piloting around the universe to new planets every week. So you surprised me with The Expanse.
Real quick, I want to give my thoughts on The Expanse. Chris says The Orville is an amazing series. He also says The Expanse was also a blast. So yeah. So I had this interesting conundrum with The Expanse, and I talked to Kyle about this. I watched the first couple episodes and I just couldn't get into it. And then the debate was, and I put this out on social media, is how many episodes do you give a series before you realize that it's just not for you? And I know you want to time this, Lacee, to do it, but let me just say, the consensus was around like 5 to 6 episodes, basically, especially with the way the new series are run and how many episodes seasons are a lot shorter and stuff. And after 6 episodes, maybe 7, I just could not get right into it. Wow. I just couldn't do it. And I realized that it was just smarter than me, and I just didn't get it. I just could not get into it. Yeah. Lacee, your thoughts?
I have a 1-3-5 on that. I give it 1 episode if I'm going in blind. I give it 3 episodes if it's a recommendation or if it's an actor that I follow. And then I'll give it 5 if it's a recommendation by multiple people.
I love that. Wow. That's a great.
That's really good.
Enough people tell me that I'm going to give it a full 5.
Chris says The Expanse was a slow burn from the beginning for sure.
That's
it pays off so well.
Former Child Prodigy says The Orville needs 3. Is that 3 seasons? Well, there is 3. We need 4.
3 episodes to get into it.
I need to watch The Expanse in the room, Lacee. I'm just saying.
I have it, and I have not watched it.
I might have to make a trip up to do some expansing.
Yeah.
So,
I like the way you judge a series, Lacee. I mean,
I like that.
Well, I just figure, if it's a trailer, because they kind of, but well, and I will follow my, fandom. There's nobody more loyal than Sci-Fi Fandom. I will follow an actor to another show. But
so that means, Gary, you are on the clock with your pick in the 3rd round.
Okay. I'm actually going to kind of subvert expectations here because I know what you guys keep expecting me to pick.
Really?
But a show that, so the criteria was like shows that you love, but then I started thinking, well, now we're on a desert island. We're on a desert island.
Yeah.
So if I'm on a desert island, which show could I stand watching over and over and over? And what would take my mind off being stuck on a desert island? So my pick, my 3rd pick.
Wait. I gotta pause for a second. If you say Lost, I'm going to hurt you.
Darn it! Hang on. Wait a minute. Hang on.
Good one, Kyle.
No, my 3rd pick is Buck Rogers in the 25th Century.
Yes, loving it.
Because just for sheer fun, without being campy, it just has such fun with the premise, and even the kind of revamp downturn in season 2 wasn't enough to drive me away from how great the first season was. And if I'm stuck on a desert island, then watching Pamela Hensley as Princess Ardala all day, and Aaron Gray, and all the really great female guest stars they had in every episode. Man. That's going to take my mind off being stuck on a desert island.
Gary, I have that collection, and you stay away from Princess Ardala. She's mine.
I claimed her. I claimed her long before you guys.
Oh man.
I'll be quite happy stuck on a desert island watching those beauties all day. I wouldn't mind being stuck there.
I former child project, that dance sequence.
So good.
Oh,
Well,
the disco one.
yeah.
Oh yeah. the
I
disco.
am now scratching that off my list. Thank you, Gary.
Yeah, that was on my list too.
Oh,
Well,
really?
we had another
Oh,
classic
yeah.
go off the board. Robert,
Yeah.
you are up in the third round.
Okay, so mine is the Twilight Zone, the '59 original run.
Nice.
And the thing that's so special for me about that show, so back in '92 when the Sci-Fi Channel was premiering, they ran
That's the original, right?
the original when it was spelled right. They ran this black and white, those old TV cards they would put on when the programming was over for the night, when TV didn't run 24/7. They had one of those up, and they had this timer going. And so I had this old tube TV from out of the attic that had the pull knob and the furniture stuff and the rabbit ears. And I had it up in my room, and I had that going. And they kicked off the Twilight Zone, or I'm sorry, the Sci-Fi Channel with a Twilight Zone marathon. They just showed it back to no commercials, no nothing. They just kept it going back to back to back. And that show was huge. I mean, I'd never seen anything like it. It was black and white. I was, in terms of, it's 1992. I was 12 years old. So
it was like a marathon every 4th of July or something, right? Yeah, it was like what everyone did. You just watched the Twilight Zone.
Yeah. I just think it's one of the. It's just.
It was ahead of its time, man. It was.
What can I say about the Twilight Zone? You know? I will say one of my standout episodes to this day. Like I can watch it, and every time I do, I cry. Is the Stop at Willoughby.
Which one's that one?
Yeah. Stop at Willoughby. So he's a business guy, and his life sucks. Like his boss is mean to him. His spouse is mean to him. Everybody in his life is mean to him. He's just a beat down old dog of a guy working a job he hates, and he ends up getting on a bus, and he ends up going like, I don't know, I can't remember how many years back in the past it was, but it's basically like he ends up in this place called Willoughby. I'm sorry, not a bus. His car breaks down, and he takes the bus into town because the mechanic's like, I got to work on your car. And he ends up going into this town called Willoughby, but it's like 100 years in the past. And he's in heaven. He loves it there. And the viewer is looking at this guy dealing with his current situation and his nostalgia for the past.
I don't remember the name of it, but the one, I think it was one of the first ones I saw, and it was creepy, was the old lady and the little flying saucer and the robots. And then she like beats it, and she like tries to destroy it, and it says like United States Air Force on it or something weird like that. I remember that one.
There was one I always loved, and I can't think of the name of it, but it was they placed it during the Civil War, and it was about a guy who was about to get hung, and they have this whole episode is him escaping, and at the end it turned out it was all a dream in his mind, and he gets hung at the end of it. And I thought I always liked that episode.
Yeah. And I mean, I know you guys know about the all-time classic that links in with Star Trek.
Something's out on the wing.
The creature on the wing of the plane was Shatner.
I think that one was called Terror at 30,000 feet.
Nightmare
at 30,000.
They did the remake of it with John Lithgow in the Twilight Zone movie.
Yeah, but the Shatner one, man, that's
But I always wanted them to remake it so he could go, there's something out on the wing, and just do the real like the Shatnerisms for that.
I saw the Lithgow one. It was really good, but the Shatner, the way Shatner can work his camera angle when they're really tight on him, and he's really freaked out and sweating his eyeballs. The way Shatner can do that is just.
Just a shout out to the chat. Chris Ghostbusters Response says there's enough Princess Ardala for everyone. Former child prodigy said no Siffy allowed. And Desk of JMH says Dark Shadows marathons too.
Ooh.
I think the Twilight Zone episode that messed me up was the one where the mannequin goes, or the woman goes to the store, and she's like, goes to the 9th floor. There's no 9th floor and all this kind of stuff. It turns out she's the mannequin.
She's a mannequin, and they're
one
like, she
month out of the year to live.
Right.
Back.
I just remember the pig nose people, and that's the way everyone looked.
And the guy, diner guy with the eyeball in his forehead.
I was just thinking of that one.
Yeah.
See too.
And the ride it is one of my favorite rides at Disney World. It's at Hollywood Studios.
Oh, jeez. Well, before we get into any more sight and sound, Lacee, it is time for you to wrap up the 3rd round.
Okay, I'm going to go a little bit unconventional, a little bit older. I'm going to go The Pretender.
Ooh.
Oh.
4 seasons, couple of movies.
That's sci-fi?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it did fall under sci-fi.
Yep,
Nice.
gotcha. I made sure and whatnot.
Nice.
I love this because it is, I mean, it's kind of the first time I saw one person kind of doing he has to become all these different people. He's this child prodigy. And so it's not a spy thing where he's trying to pretend. He just becomes these people. It's like the original, what's his name? Gary Abagnale? No. The guy who was in Catch Me If You Can, that just could be anybody. Frank Abagnale. That's kind of what it was. And it had
Leonardo DiCaprio in the movie.
Right. But no, this is the show that first introduced me to Jamie. Now I can't remember his name. He's from he's from Desperate Housewives. But he was the man with no thumbs, and he was the bad guy, and he was always coming after people. It was really cool. He was always on the run, so it kind of had like a Hulk vibe. Kind of a Kung Fu Hulk prisoner, even.
That's what Michael T. Weiss and Andrea Parker, right?
Yes. Yeah. And what's Jamie's name? James, the next one or two should be James somebody. Jamie somebody. No?
I'll look it up, but go ahead.
That's okay. But yeah, so basically he was a child prodigy in a testing site, and he escapes when he's like 10 years old. They were doing stuff to his brain, trying to create like the ultimate smart human, and they did it, and he was smart enough to get out. So it's like 4 seasons of him running from all these different, and like he became doctors and lawyers and like surgeons. I mean, he could do it all. It was really cool.
One of the series I always wanted to get into, but I just never found time for it.
Okay.
Kevin, I've got a call on the line here. I need to take this real quick. Mr. Frakes, Jonathan, what's going on? You're liking the episode. Oh, that's great. What? We need one more? Well, let me check with the panel. Mr. Frakes thinks we should be doing one more round because he thinks there's too many good shows still on the board.
Yes.
I'm up for it. Let's do it.
I'm up.
Oh, wait.
I'm up for
you have a condition. Wait, you have one condition. Okay. I think Kevin and I can accommodate for that. I appreciate the full call. I know you've got many shows to direct.
Is that Jonathan Frakes, the Star Trek: The Next Generation William Riker?
You just did a Riker into your director's chair. That's great. I'm proud of you. So, well, we appreciate you watching, Jonathan, and listening. And we'll get one more round in. But I will make the caveat for you, and we'll do that before we start the next round.
Okay. I don't know if I like the caveat idea.
Beam out. Yeah, Mr. Frakes would like us to have one more round because he thinks there's too many quality shows out there, and he wants to keep you guys on your toes. But Kevin, he had a condition. We must put in a special slot draft pick at this time for somebody who is not part of this draft, but he is a co-founder of the Fandom Podcast Network. We must put in the Norman C. Lau co-founder pick of Babylon 5 going to Norman C. Lau.
Oh, so that can't be taken is what you're saying, right?
That can't be taken. Norman C. Lau is claiming Babylon 5.
I'm fine with that. That is Norman's favorite show of all time, and he's a co-founder of this Fandom Podcast Network and my original co-host for Bloody Kings Highlander podcast.
See, I would have thought you were going to say, when you said Norman, I thought you were going to say Voyagers.
No,
I thought for sure that Jonathan Frakes' condition would be that we had to pick a show where one of the characters grew a beard between seasons.
He tried for that too, but I can only give him one caveat, and not letting
I
Norman
cannot grow a beard between seasons.
Yeah, not letting Norm have Babylon 5 is a crime against the network. So
All right. What do you want to call that? A special, what do you want to call that, Kyle?
it's a special co-founder draft pick. The
Okay, I like
co-founder who cannot join us for this show draft pick.
I like that.
Hmm.
All right.
We
So,
are
special
Kevin and I are
co-founder
basically
draft
taking
pick.
co-founder privilege here at this point and I am abusing my commissionership at the moment. So
I've got it listed there. So let me go ahead and wrap up what our round 3 is, which it turns out it's not going to be our final round. We're going to do one more normal round pick here. I started off with the Orville, followed by Kyle, The Expanse, Gary, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, and Robert picked The Twilight Zone, and Lacey picked The Pretender. So that means for round 4, Lacey, you get the next pick.
I'm gonna go Eureka.
oh
Oh,
wow.
I love that.
Love
Very good.
Eureka.
Fun show. Love
One
Eureka.
of my favorites. Absolutely.
I have no idea what that show's about.
Oh, you're gonna love it. Oh, I'm so jealous that you get to watch it for the first time. You're gonna be so excited. You're gonna love this show. It's got Sally Richardson and Ed Quinn and
Our
Craig
guy
Carter.
from
Here's one of the
Terminator
boxes, Lacey, from the
Yes,
season,
nice.
from one of the seasons.
I was going to, but I have the box set. It was fat.
Can you
It was
give
too
me
big.
a quick
Yes.
synopsis of the idea?
Yes, it's a town called Eureka, which is started by Albert Einstein in the 50s or whatever to encourage the smartest people on the planet, like in the country, to come together and do all these things and build all these things to increase output. But it's hidden from the world and no one knows it's there. And it's like this super secret thing, but it's also basically this sheriff played by Ferguson. I've lost his name. I've gone crazy.
Colin Ferguson.
Colin Ferguson. Thank you. He's a sheriff. He's a marshal who happens to accidentally drive through town after he has just picked up his daughter, who is a little ne'er-do-well, and he gets trapped in this town. Basically, they're like, well, we need a sheriff. So he's the one guy who's like the dum-dum. Not dum-dum, but he's a regular guy. Everyone else
That's a
has,
solid
like,
premise. How long
200
did it go on for?
IQs.
5 seasons.
5 seasons.
Wow.
And great arcs.
Yeah,
during
and
each
it's got James Callis is in it. I mean, it's got a ton of people. Brother
Kevin,
from
one of
another
the main characters is the actor who plays Miles Dyson in Terminator 2.
Gotcha. Okay. So former child prodigy says Eureka is solid. It's really fun that he's just a regular dude.
It's great.
And
It's
Chris
great.
says Eureka was a show I was so sorry to see end.
Yeah, it's a partner show to Warehouse 13.
Nice. Okay.
So they do crossovers.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
So-
next, Robert, you get
Okay.
the next pick.
Let's sit here trying to figure out my pick. I got it. So back in '91, MTV Liquid Television had a show called Aeon Flux on.
Yes.
That's my pick. Aeon
How do you
Flux
spell
was
that?
AEONFLUX.
One of the greatest
Yeah.
looks of styles of
That was
animation.
my anime gateway drug.
Yeah.
I watched that all the time, dude. That was a great show. What a
Fantastic
great pick.
show.
One of
Yeah.
the most-
I-
Was
just
the
like-
shorts on Liquid Television were so freaking bizarre, though.
yeah.
I mean, that's when you pulled you in on them, and then they
Liquid-
spun it off into its own series.
The Liquid in a lot of ways, that was like one of those things you see. Like that was the experience I remember of seeing that for the first time. Is a lot like the way it affected me was a lot like the way Blade Runner affected me.
Yeah.
When I
I
saw
can see
that, my dad showed me Blade Runner on Laserdisc, like in '92 or '3 or something.
Your thoughts on the Charlize Theron movie?
No.
Yeah, no.
It's kind of a guilty pleasure for me.
Just like Ghost in the Machine.
Yeah.
No.
Gotcha.
You know, that live action one?
Yeah. Or you mean
Or
Ghost in the Shell?
Ghost in the Shell. Sorry.
Yeah,
Ghost in
yeah.
the Shell. Yeah. No. All
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I actually, Aeon Flux somehow got me, because my happy place with anime is Miyazaki movies. That's my
Oh
favorite.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Studio
What's your, I
Ghibli.
gotta ask, what's your favorite
Oh.
Miyazaki film?
Well,
You
Make
can
it
tie. I'll give you a tie.
it was it was Spirited Away, but Boy and the Heron.
Yeah.
That one hit really close to home for me. So Boy in the Heron, if you haven't seen it, the newest one.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Former Child Prodigy says Charlize was awesome. The movie sucked.
Yeah.
Yes, it
there you
did.
go. Just real quick. Mononoke and Nausicaa for me.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Next, we have Gary. It is your turn. You get the third pick of the fourth round here.
Okay.
Your pick. By the way, I just want to real quick let people know
Yes,
where
sir.
we're at before we go any further. So, Robert, you're at X-Files, The Prisoner, Twilight Zone, Aeon Flux. Gary,
Nice.
you're at Star Trek DS9, Quantum Leap, and Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Lacey, you're at Stargate SG-1, Smallville, The Pretender, and Eureka. Kyle, you're at Farscape, Robotech, and The Expanse. And I am at Star Trek The Next Generation, Highlander, and The Orville.
By the way, what is Ghost in the Shell? What was I thinking of? What is that?
That's the one with Scarlett Johansson that they did live action, and she got so much flack for it.
No, sorry. What's Ghost in the Machine? Why am I thinking of? Oh, that's a beer. I bought this beer the other day called Ghost in the Machine.
I think there is a movie called Ghost in the Machine, though.
Like, why was I saying
There's
that?
a horror movie, Ghost in the Machine.
Okay.
right.
Anyway.
Gary,
It's also a heavy metal album. Ghost in the Machine is some heavy metal band.
Gary, you are up.
Gary, you are up.
Okay. I'm going to continue to subvert expectations. I went for just a longtime sentimental favorite. And I'll give you a clue. Believe it or not,
Great
I'm
American
walking
Hero.
on air. I never thought I could
Okay, so you
feel
can stop now.
so
Copyright should kind of kick in. So
I
that
love the
sci-fi?
greatest. I love the greatest American hero. Oh, it is. Oh,
yeah.
of course.
Remember the
Aliens come
dude came
down
from
to give him the
Aliens.
suit. That qualifies as sci-fi. But yes, no, I checked. William Catt obviously is the school teacher who encounters the gung-ho FBI agent Robert Culp. They get stuck in the desert where they are visited by a UFO that comes down and gives him a super suit to fight crime. Of course, he loses the instruction book right away. And so the show is about them trying. It's one of the great Stephen J. Cannell shows. And Connie Selica plays Ralph's girlfriend, later fiance, later wife.
One of the
And
best
the chemistry
TV
between
theme
the
songs
three
of
of
all-
them.
One of the best TV theme songs of all time, Gary.
Yes.
Did you say?
Well, didn't it go like #1 on the pop charts or something?
Who was it performed by?
Joey Scarberry, who did during the show, he did a lot of the cover versions of a lot of the shows like Rocket Man and stuff that they used during the show. Those were all done by Joey Scarberry. But the chemistry between the three of them and the interchange, it was like the perfect balance, because Ralph was trying to master his powers. He couldn't fly without crashing into walls. Robert Culp was the, D's, dares, dems, and does FBI agent who wanted to go have him, catch the commies and everything. And Connie Selica was like the voice of sanity to balance it out. And it was just a great series. I think it ran for like 40 some episodes. And I just absolutely loved it.
you have me a Connie Selica. That's all I'm
Yes.
saying.
Oh, such a cutie. Yeah. Well, good. Nice pick there. Nice pick. All right. Kyle, who do we have next?
I believe I am on the clock.
Oh, that's right. Yes. All right.
Oh, okay. So this is tough because there's actually 3 shows competing for this spot. And I got to think about our undrafted free agent round here. So I think with this pick, I'm going to go with a show that just ended. And because it stuck the landing so well, I am taking Stranger Things.
Oh, wow.
I need that nostalgia trip with me on my desert island. I need some Egos. I need a little 11 in my action.
I'm just gonna say I haven't seen last season yet, so spoilers, but no spoilers. Sorry.
No, not spoiling. I mean, I'm just saying I need Egos. Egos is no spoiler. But I will just say, in my opinion, they stuck the landing incredibly well, and I think it elevated it. And I did a full rewatch of it here while season 5 was going, and I just have such a bigger appreciation for it after the final season. So yes, Stranger Things is my fourth.
I like that you picked something new that's a huge cultural phenomenon. that has been
Mm.
happening over the last 10 years. And I think a majority of people felt that this final season stuck the landing and did a good job. Former child prodigy says, don't waffle about spoilers, laugh out loud.
Lots of syrup. Lots of syrup. That's all I'm going to say.
Stranger Things. Well done.
That was a great pun.
Okay, Kevin, you are closing out the draft. After this, we will have our unrestricted free agent section, but you are going to close out with the final pick of the 4th round.
Oh, man. You know, what's interesting, too, is there's still several good sci-fi shows that are on my list that haven't been picked yet. And now it's just like, it's tough. It really, really is. But I'm going to go with something original here because it was such a huge part of my fandom growing up. And I remember my mom making me part of an outfit and sewing it herself. I remember using a flashlight as my gun. And I had a friend, this girl that I had a huge crush on. Her name was Heather, and she played Battlestar Galactica with me. And we would go over to each other's yards and shoot Cylons and pretend our dog was Muffet, you know. And my pick is the original 1979 Battlestar Galactica. I remember seeing the original movie in the theater. And there's just certain nostalgia for me when it comes to that original series. I did enjoy the reboot. It was a little dark at times, a little downer at times, but I thought it was a really good drama in its own right and explored more of the mythology. That one did not stick the landing for me. But other than that, I still enjoyed it. But the original one just brings back a certain amount of huge nostalgia for me. And the music, the Vipers, the Cylons, and my mom made me the dress uniform that the Viper pilots would wear. And she made this uniform, and I wore it and I still have it in my closet, by the way. It doesn't fit me anymore. And I remember using that during Halloween one year. And there's just a huge, huge fandom for the original BSG. Was that 79, 78? It was
78 to 79.
Yeah.
Then they did a companion series, didn't they? Like Battlestar Galactica 1980 when they were on Earth.
Galactica 1980. Yeah, it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
That one's where they're on Earth in the present day for us, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It wasn't good.
We don't talk about Galactica.
We don't, just like
we talk about the motorcycles in Galactica 1980, but that's about it.
Anyone else have a huge nostalgia for Battlestar Galactica other than myself?
A great series that, as much as I admired the reboot, I loved the original. And the episode, you're gonna have to help me with the name of the episode, Kevin, the one with Patrick McNee, where he's came out of this mysterious ship, which we don't really kind of know anything about until the end. That creeped me out no end.
I can't remember the name of it. I can't. I remember the one where Apollo gets stuck on the other planet, and then you got the Cylon. He has the duel with the Cylon, and
was that Apollo or was that Starbuck?
I think that was Apollo. Yeah, it was Apollo because I watched it recently. Yeah. But that
and they had a lot of great two-parters. Count Ebley was the name of the character. Thank you, Ghostbuster. They had that one, The Gun on Ice Planet Zero, which is kind of like kind of like a Dirty Dozen type of thing, where they've got to go, or like a Where Eagles Dare, where they got to go knock out the Cylon installation. Great stuff.
Yeah, and it was the toys when they came out were just phenomenal. You know, everyone needed the toys.
The toys are famous for something else too, but we will get into that on another show. Well, by your command, that is the end of the official draft rounds.
So let me read off everyone's picks. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so we have Kyle. We'll start with you here. Your number one pick was Farscape, followed by Robotech, The Expanse, and Stranger Things. My number one pick was Star Trek: The Next Generation, followed by Highlander, The Orville, Battlestar Galactica 78-79. Lacey, your first round pick was Stargate SG-1, followed by Smallville, The Pretender, and Eureka. Gary, your first round pick was Star Trek Deep Space Nine, followed by Quantum Leap, Buck Rogers, Greatest American Hero. And Robert, your first round pick was X-Files, followed by The Prisoner, Twilight Zone, the original, and Aeon Flux.
Mhm.
So now what we have is, if you are a sports ball fan, at the end of the NFL draft, they have what they call the undrafted free agents. They didn't get drafted, but teams can sign them. So I'm going to do this a little random. As the commissioner, I'm going to pick everybody just at random, and you just have to name off one show real quick. This will be your undrafted free agent pick. Robert, you had the least amount of time on the Fandom Podcast Network, but you are our special guest for this episode. So I'm going to let you sign the first undrafted TV show.
He's got choices. He's got choices.
I have a lot.
Love it.
Okay. I'm going to go Outer Limits, 1963.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh, very good.
Okay.
Very good.
I remember watching that for a while when I was a kid, and then I've kind of forgotten about it. Why is Outer Limits important to you, Robert? And that was what year again?
63 is when it started. I like the episodes are longer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is not meant as a slight to Twilight Zone. Outer Limits is
Smarter.
You could say that, but I'm going to say it's you got to have a real constitution for really weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like really weird stuff.
You drafted the X-Files #1. Come on.
So yeah, exactly. That's a great, thank you. You know, I think that in a lot of ways, Outer Limits and X-Files have a lot of the same DNA.
Yeah.
Well,
So, super weird, but great. Like just really good. And I think that they did a lot of cool stuff with special effects at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Really creative stuff with just probably what we would consider very primitive, but they just made it really interesting and engaging. And I mean, talk about, not the Twilight Zone didn't do this, but Outer Limits really, when you watch an episode, I really want to talk about it, really think about it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's
a good discussion show, basically.
Oh man.
I like it. I like it.
Since I control the vertical and the horizontal around here, as
very good.
I'm going to go with the person who is taking care of my little orange kitty. Lacee, you get the next undrafted free agent pick.
This is tough, man. I got 4 that I'm looking at, and it's hardcore. I think I'm gonna have to go Killjoys.
Oh,
it's on my list.
Never heard of that. I've never even heard of that.
Oh,
I
this
have-
is a great show.
All the ones I have, I've got SG1 is adventure, but not really space, right? I mean, there's a little bit, but not a lot.
It's basically
Small
space
Village
bounty
TV
hunters,
show.
right?
This is,
Yeah.
this is like straight up space.
What year did it come
It
out?
didn't have any space.
It was, I want to say, like around 2010 or so, maybe a
Oh,
little
it's
bit later.
newer. Okay.
Yeah, it's like 3 seasons. It's
Oh, really?
It has one of my
Fantastic.
space girlfriends in it.
It has my
One of.
Thank you.
It's Hannah John Kamen, the from Ant-Man, the ghost from Ant-Man.
And Thunderbolts.
Princess Ardala isn't enough for you?
Nope. It has an Ashmore brother in it.
And one of the
If you watch the show, Robert and Gary, you'll understand what we're saying.
So
It's all about the accent. That's all I'm saying.
Oh gosh, she's so hot.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Lacee, you also pulled from one of the few times where I felt like the Sci-Fi Channel became science fiction again, because they were not only doing that, there was a couple
It
other
went from
shows.
sci-fi to sci-fi to
Yeah. That was about the time Dark Matter was also coming out, and Defiance was hitting that channel. So well,
that's a good call right there. Nice.
Gary, I'm chasing your bounty because you did such a phenomenal job on our Union Federation. You get the next.
Wait, I'm going last. God damn it!
Thank
No
you.
way. Have I gone yet? Right, so just shut your mouth over there.
Thank you. I'm going, since my other picks were more deeper nostalgia from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, I'm going to go a little bit newer. a show which managed to survive season by season on a network that is not known for allowing shows to survive to their full run. It started off as one thing and then became something phenomenal. I'm going with Fringe.
Oh yes,
Which started off with as
Oh.
more of a X-Files case of
That
the
was
week
my-
light.
That's
Yeah.
one of them.
And became season by season, it just became another like epic to where we're
Very
getting kind of weird cases of the week. And then by season 3 and 4, we're getting into war between parallel dimensions. It's
Season
great.
5
And
was
John Noble
Yeah.
is phenomenal
So
Yeah.
good.
in this.
Nice.
And Joshua Jackson is great. Anna Torv, who I had never even heard of before the show, is just tremendous. Leonard Nimoy comes in at the end of the first season in an ongoing cameo role.
Belly.
And the fact that it was on Fox, you think, okay, this is going to get canceled any day. And they let it run to its natural conclusion after 5 seasons is a phenomenon in itself. And I think we're all the beneficiaries of that. It benefits whether you're watching it for the first time or on a rewatch. Just absolutely phenomenal series.
Great pick and underrated sci-fi TV series.
Yeah.
I had John Noble sign one of my
Oh,
Fringe.
really?
Yeah. He was at Dragon Con a few years ago, and he was amazing.
I had him sign my Lord of the Rings card from Decipher.
Yeah. And he's great. He's great in anything he does. He's great on Elementary.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever he does.
Yeah. Mr. Reitzel, because I know you would cry much if you went last. And
It's true. It's true.
And since I don't want you to reflect your Raiders and be last, you are up next on the undrafted TV show free agent list.
Well, I have to pick something recent here, and I want to pick something from my my first major fandom. I'm going to pick Star Wars: The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Star Wars. There's a lot of good choices for Star Wars TV series, and that one hit a home run right out of the bat there, or right out of the first season. And it brought major Star Wars into our homes again, done on a real, and Jon Favreau, and Dave Filoni teaming up together to bring us Star Wars. And so I could not ignore one of my main fandoms, top 5 fandoms in this pick. And even though it wasn't in the top 4, I'm glad that it was a free agent on this list here. So yes, I pick Star Wars: The Mandalorian.
There you
Kevin,
go.
I'm just curious, Kevin, for your Star Wars show, you never considered the Ewoks cartoon from back in the 80s?
Oh, that was great.
That was second.
Ewoks and droids. Yeah.
I'm still digging the Goonies in Space. The
Skeleton Crew.
Yeah, Skeleton Crew. That was I'm kind of bummed that it's not coming back.
Well, for my last unsigned, undrafted free agent, I'm going back to the world of animation.
Oh, I think I know.
We got to get our cowboy on because we're talking Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
And truthfully, probably one of my top 3 favorite anime of all time. The music, the animation, the action in it, the kung fu in it. Is very much based off some Bruce Lee style things. It is the one anime I truly would recommend to any non-anime fans as the must-watch anime series. It is that much fun. You have a cyberly enhanced, super intelligent data dog, which is a Welsh corgi by the name of Ein, who is the smartest member of the crew. You've got the vixen in Faye Valentine. You've got the old school cop in Jet Black. You've got the genius hacker in Ed, and of course, you've got your main character Bruce Lee, super cool guy you want to be in Spike Spiegel. So yes, that is my undrafted pick. However, I am the commissioner, and I've had to keep track of all you yahoos for the last hour and a half. So I am making an honorary commissioner's pick, and for that pick, I'm going to the verse. I am taking Firefly as the commissioner's pick.
Nice.
If I have
so
to
you get an
explain that,
extra
y'all
pick and
need help.
So you're getting extra pick and no one else does?
Yeah, I'm the commissioner. It's the commissioner's advantage. Roger does it all the time, Kevin. You know he does.
You got more players on your team.
Well, it's the commissioner's pick. They're kind of standing over in the box in the owner's box.
To be fair, just because I've been keeping the numbers, Kyle actually has out even having 6 instead of 5. Kyle has 317 episodes. That's the least out of all of us.
Wow.
Robert comes in at 378. Gary's got 446. Kevin has 455, and I've got 643.
Screw it. I'm taking Doctor Who.
Well, the 643, I think, is from Smallville alone.
Yeah.
Smallville and Stargate together with 10 seasons apiece. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Okay,
funny
guys.
because it's funny. It's funny that you took Firefly because that was on right there with Star Wars: The Mandalorian with me. Yeah, the other short list I had Knight Rider and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2012 Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, there's no way I was not letting this
my
draft
short
go by
list
without Firefly
afterwards.
getting drafted. Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice
That's
little
good.
collection. Look, I got Haven, Odyssey, Roswell, Kyle XY,
Haven,
Jake
very
2.0.
underrated. Haven
Yes.
is very underrated.
Yep. Yeah.
Wait,
Those are
show-
the ones that I kind of. Dark Angel was a big one,
Yeah.
maybe, but I already had a Jensen Ackles in
Yeah.
my set.
So, okay, Kevin, before we kind of rate our own picks, do you think you might be able to hit up a little social media reaction for us?
Oh yeah. Okay. So I'm still
Oh boy.
picking everything here. Okay. So I put a post out there on the socials, asking everyone their thoughts on their top 3 favorite shows, and I'll list these quickly here. My friend Randy Tucker says V, the original series, of course.
That was on my list.
Stranger Things and Roswell. Okay.
Okay.
My friend Amy Holt said Killjoys, Stargate SG-1, and Firefly. My friend Corey Reese says, okay, series is specific, so I'm going to have to be particular about which version of the IP. Star Wars The Mandalorian, he says Andor was a close second. Star Trek TNG, Voyager was a runner-up, and The Expanse. My good friend in Scotland, Stevie McLeod, said Space 1999, Babylon 5, and Star Trek the original series. His honorary mentions were Blake 7, Voyager, Thunderbirds, Lost in Space original, and The Expanse, which is sadly underrated. Our good friend of the Highlander universe, Gillian Horvath, who worked on the Highlander TV series as a writer, says, I'm going to go Star Trek the original series, Buffy, and Eureka. Resident Alien just missed the cut. Jamie Reyes says Stargate SG-1 all day, absolute favorite. Then Star Wars and X-Files. She didn't clarify which Star Wars. Our good friend Johnny K says there's not enough love for Deep Space Nine in these comments, plus TNG and Andor. So I said, I told him in the reply, I said, trust me, you're going to see Deep Space Nine represented. I'm pretty sure, because I knew if Gary wasn't going to pick it, he was on my list. So
Yeah.
my friend Robert says Star Wars Andor, The Twilight Zone, and The X-Files. My good friend Garrett Noda, also on my short list too, was Space Above and Beyond, Jericho.
That was on my list.
Jericho, and Star Trek TNG. Terry Lee Roberts said Star Trek, the original series, the original V, and Andor. Our good friend Alyssa Courtwright, who was a guest on our Orville limited series, talking about all of the Orville cast members. She says the Orville, Agents of Shield, and Firefly.
Okay.
And our good friend Jennifer Walk, also been a guest here on the Fandom Podcast Network. Stargate SG-1, but she said all of it. And then the Orville and Star Trek TNG, Kyle.
Lots of input out there, but guys, I think it's time. Before we wrap up this episode, we've all had our drafts. You cannot pick your own draft. Whose draft would you steal?
I think this would be Kyle. What was your commissioner pick again? I just want to put that down.
Firefly.
We're stealing the entire draft, right?
No,
you pick.
What was Kevin? What was your last one again?
it was Star Wars: The Mandalorian.
Oh, Mandalorian.
So what
Kevin,
we're
why don't you just
basically
do the
doing,
rundown?
I'm going to list everyone's picks, and then each one of you is going to vote for someone else's pick. Okay. Hold on. Commissioners.
Very good.
Pick. It was Firefly, right, Kyle?
Yeah, commissioner's pick.
All right, Firefly. That will not count towards the voting, though. So I'm going to say that right now, Kyle. Even though you picked it as your commissioner's pick, it does not count towards the total.
We all get Firefly. Come on.
There we go.
I mean,
Yeah.
All right.
Let's be real.
Here is everyone's pick. We'll start with you, Kyle. Your first round pick was Farscape, followed by Robotech, The Expanse, Stranger Things, and Cowboy Bebop. Lacey, your pick was Stargate SG-1, followed by Smallville, The Pretender, Eureka, and Killjoys. Gary, your first round pick was Star Trek Deep Space Nine, followed by Quantum Leap, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, The Greatest American Hero, and Fringe. Robert, your first round pick was The X-Files, followed by The Prisoner, Twilight Zone, the original, Aeon Flux, and The Outer Limits, the original, 1963. Give a shout out, by the way, Norman C. Lau picked Babylon 5. And then my pick was, first round pick was Star Trek The Next Generation, Highlander, The Orville, Battlestar Galactica, the original from 78 through 79, and more recently, Star Wars The Mandalorian. So, Kyle, should we do it by the order of who picked first and do it that way? Or do you want to do another random thing? How do you want to do that?
Well, let's do it by order of who picked first. So let's put you on the spot right out of the gate.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's pressure. I'm going to make enemies right now. Damn it. Jeez. Okay. Kyle, you got some good ones there. Farscape, Robotech. Those are on my short list there. Lacey, you took Stargate right there. Gary, you took Deep Space Nine. One of my picks too was Buck Rogers. Robert, you have the X-Files, Prisoner, Twilight Zone. Gosh, I guess who is on my short list? If I had to pick next after TNG, I'm kind of looking at Lacey here. But you know what? I'm going to vote for Gary because he has two that were on my short list, Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. So my vote goes to Gary.
Oh, this is tough. Everybody has great lists. Lacey has a ton of material there, and I love the Eureka pick. I'm a huge fan of Eureka. It's so much fun. You can never go wrong with Smallville. SG-1 obviously is a classic. But Gary, I think you might have stole it for me with your free agent pickup of Fringe. You add in your DS9 and just what you have. Yeah, and Buck Rogers. I need some Princess Ardala. I mean, it's, like I said, Gary gets my vote for. If I could steal his draft, I would.
Princess Ardala is I knew she'd be the ringer.
Yeah, that's what it is. Gary, you're up next.
Okay. Everybody had great picks. I am actually going to go with I'm going to go with Lacey because one of the reasons I didn't even try to pick Stargate is because I'm actually currently in the midst of going through SG-1 for the first time. And I didn't want to pick a series that I hadn't seen the entirety of, even though I expect to keep loving it. How
far are you in?
The beginning of season 4.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Yeah. And but I adore Eureka. Warehouse 13 was always bubbling right under in my picks because I love that too. You had Smallville. I've never seen The Pretender or Killjoys, but that would give me something new to watch while I was stuck on the desert island.
Nice.
So I'm going to go with Lacey's list.
By the way, for those of you that are watching right now, we're going to ask you guys to vote as well for fun. So, but wait until we get Robert and Kyle's thing, and
No.
if you guys want to chime in, feel free.
Well, so Robert is up. Robert, whose list? If you could steal one of ours or vote for one of ours, who
I mean, it would be Kevin's.
Nice.
You had TNG, Highlander, Battlestar, Mando, and what was the other one?
Orville.
Orville. Orville's the only one that wasn't on my list. I've never seen Orville, but I
would like it.
Okay, I'll check it out. But like everything else was on my list as backups.
Nice.
And some of you had stuff on my backups, but Kevin had the most that were on my.
And I know you've seen Highlander because I remember having you on as a guest.
You got me into Highlander,
Yes.
yeah. So there it is.
Okay, Lacey, you're up.
You know, I think because I was no shade, I was not a huge fan of X-Files. Scully just got kidnapped too many times. It was the woman card that really pissed me off. Like,
and then they did Mulder for a long time to make up for it.
Yeah, but it was one of those things where, like, in the 90s, early 90s, it was like, or late 90s, I guess. It was like she just had to get kidnapped like 3 times in the first.
She had a parasite put on her spine that Doggett had to cut out of her neck. She really went through it. Yeah.
Here's what's the situation, right? Kyle, I love your Farscape and your Stranger Things. I'm not a big fan of the anime. I could not handle watching Robotech and Bebop. Like that's just not my thing.
That's okay. I'm the anime representative here on the network.
I feel like I might be inclined. I have not seen Deep Space Nine. That would give me something to watch. It's been a million years since I watched Quantum Leap. So it's between Kevin and Gary. My thing is, I'm kind of burnt on all of the Star Wars. I want movies. I don't need 13 series. So I think I'm going to go with Gary.
There you go.
Yeah, Gary.
Fringe was the other one I was kind of debating for my final one. So, yeah. Yep.
All right.
Well, there we go. This has been a lot of fun, guys.
I would like to thank my agent, my second grade teacher who taught me all that I know.
Is there any? Okay, so I'm going to go over the list again here. And for those of you that are watching in the chat, let us know who you would pick here before we officially crown Gary here. So we have Kyle with Farscape, Robotech, The Expanse, Stranger Things, and Cowboy Bebop. Myself with Star Trek The Next Generation, Highlander, The Orville, Battlestar Galactica 78, Star Wars The Mandalorian. Lacey has Stargate SG-1, Smallville, The Pretender, Eureka, Killjoys. Gary has Star Trek The Next Generation, Quantum Leap, Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, The Greatest American Hero, and Fringe. And Robert has X-Files, The Prisoner, The Twilight Zone, Original, Aeon Flux, and The Outer Limits. All right, who is voting for who? We get a vote here from my good friend here, Chris here says Ghostbusters response says, I'm with you, Kevin. I can't leave OG Battlestar Galactica in the lurch. Is that a vote for me? I don't know. So if you guys want to vote, feel free, but it looks like that we have a winner here, Gary. It looks like you are the winner of the draft.
Doctor Who. I hear.
I'm honored. Oh,
how did you not pick Doctor Who?
I fully expect a note from our friend Mr. Dan Hadley excommunicating me from Type 40 forever.
Oh, wait, hold on. I don't know if this is. There might be some friendship things involved here. Voting for Lacey. And former child prodigy. Also, Lacey with a close second vote for Kevin.
Nice.
I got to. Okay. All right. So I got a vote from Chris here. Okay. And so that's 2 for me. Lacey gets 1, so it's 2 for Lacey. Gary's still in the lead.
No, I got
3.
I got 2. That's of JMH and former child prodigy.
Yeah. We are probably going to throw these lists on the Fandom Podcast Network Facebook page and social media. So vote for them out there. If you're listening, if you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this podcast later, find that post. Give us your input. This has been a lot of fun. I think we're going to be definitely doing this again for other categories. I want to thank all of our teams. You all have winning drafts in my book.
Out of curiosity, what type of drafts would you guys like to see in the future other than Sci-fi TV series? Lacey?
I've already thrown this at. I want to do a procedurals where each of us picks a fire, a law, or fire, doctor, and police.
Oh, interesting.
And then a separate one where you do spy, government, and I mean, like,
Wow.
yeah.
Can you clarify? I'm lost.
So like you would have a draft, but you have to draft in categories. So you have to take a police procedural show like Law and Order, one of the Law and Order
or whatever.
like
So you get one
a medical one like ER or The Pit.
Yeah.
Or Fire's
I'd be totally up for the spy one.
Fire's tough.
Right?
There's a ton of great spy shows.
Interesting. Gotcha. Okay.
Cool. I'm actually thinking of a director one. We redraft directors.
Ooh.
That's hard.
I think.
Are you talking
80s
about
action?
The action movie draft.
Movies or stars?
Movies, right?
Action movies.
Action movie draft.
We just did
So you could
sci-fi.
get
That's my
Oscars.
favorite for next is 80s
Huh.
action movies. I love that. That's a good one.
Like,
There has to
and
There's a
that
lot
can
of-
be. I would also do it like this one, where you got action in the genre, but it could be. I don't know. We'd have to get into that. Is it pure action, or can you have action adventure, or this kind of adventure?
Yeah, well, action would have to be in the genre, so action
Yeah.
adventure stuff like that. I like
fantasy
that.
fantasy TV fantasy movies would also be good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Like
And
that.
I mean, not for nothing, but in 8 or 10 months, we could do a Christmas movie, a Christmas action.
Absolutely, a Christmas movie draft.
I already called dibs on Santa Claus Conquers the
Halloween movie
Martians.
draft.
Yep.
Gary, what are you calling dibs on? I'm sorry.
I'm calling dibs on Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. That's my Christmas movie.
I call dibs on the night the reindeer died with Lee Majors. That's my call.
No.
I almost hate myself for saying this, but Kevin and Lacey could do this, and they could probably round up their own special crew.
Yep.
The Hallmark movie draft.
Yeah.
Oh, I would. Hey, I would actually have a lot of candidates for that one too.
Nice.
Let's surround that 80s action movie draft idea. I like that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Robert knows how to knows my
Man,
stuff.
I gotta tell you. You want to talk about pure comfort food that I go to with no nutritional value whatsoever.
I'm also down for the comic book movie draft.
Oh,
Sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
shoulder pads and
Now,
movies.
That
1980s
includes
action movies.
pre-Marvel
Right.
movie
Yep,
MCU
yep.
era. That goes.
The
You can go
comic
back.
book movie
I
draft.
actually. Okay, I'm going to throw this in the. I would actually say for the comic book movies, I would say the MCU is off limits.
No,
Comic book movies outside of MCU. Okay,
No.
how about this? How
No.
about it with how about we each, if you pick an MCU movie, you can only pick one MCU movie.
We'll talk about that.
No, sorry.
I love where your
A lot
heart
of
is
stuff
at,
off the
Gary.
board,
I
but-
love where your heart is at, Gary.
I love where
but
your
it's
heart's
not
at,
gonna
but no,
happen.
I don't love
I
where your
just
heart's
like
at.
spreading it. I just like spreading it around and getting a lot of
Gary,
unexpected.
you need to understand. Kevin wants to take the Eternals with the #1 pick.
Oh, shut
Oh.
up. You shut your face right now. By the way, there's something when you brought up the Hallmark draft is kind of a joke, but
Yep.
we have
I
former
said I was
child
joking. I just would let you guys do
hold
it.
on, let me finish here. So we have a comment here saying former child
Mhm.
prodigy said Netflix should be in the Hallmark draft show though. I agree because I actually have a category. I have a category that I custom did in my my CLZ app is Hallmarky movies.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
Nice.
movies in Hallmark, but like that could cover like, all of those kind of predictable Hallmarky style series and stuff like that. So yeah, I
Would
like
the
that.
Hallmark draft, Lacey, would the Hallmark draft include the mysteries?
Of course.
Well, it depends if we do Hallmark, because you've got kind of three major, right? You've got your Christmas, you've got
Right.
your murders and mysteries, and you've
Right.
also got your summer romance, right? Your Aprils and your summer romances and stuff.
We got a vote right now from former child prodigy, Hot Frosty, which I've seen.
I love that Frosty.
I've never heard of that, but I want to go watch it tonight.
Hot Frosty. Oh man, yeah, it's a
It's
a
good
situation.
Silent Night,
Robert-
does Silent
Robert's-
Night, Deadly Night count as a Christmas movie?
No.
Yeah.
As a Hallmark
Rob-
movie? No.
No,
Oh,
Robert's
it's a
like-
Christmas movie.
Oh.
Sorry.
Robert's
what?
like, yeah, I'm gonna be sick on that Hallmark one, so I won't be.
I have now. I could
I'm
literally.
feeling a little off here.
I've probably seen one, but I don't know. I don't have enough experience to even participate in a Hallmark draft.
I would also be interested in doing the monster movie draft.
Oh yes,
Okay.
150 million%. Yes.
I don't know if you can tell from where I am, but right about here, the top 4
Sure.
rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, and the bottom, like from right about there. That's all
For the
Hallmark
listener,
movies.
she's to her expansive library of physical media of where those are.
I have about, I want to say, at least 5 shelves that are just Christmas. Holiday.
And can I just say that if Hallmark started doing monster movies, my life would be complete.
Hey.
100%.
And then I would get into Hallmark movies.
All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up, Kyle.
Yeah, let's get out of here before we really get off on a tangent. But great job with the draft. Let's get things closed in this episode of Culture Clash. Okay, I've been here with a bunch of yahoos, but we're having a great time with our science fiction TV draft. I think this is by far not the last draft we are going to be doing. I think we have several of these lined up already if you've been watching the show, but we thank you for watching. You have been watching Culture Clash, the flagship show of the Fandom Podcast Network. If you've been watching us on YouTube, thank you so much, and I apologize for anything we might have done that you felt wrong or we didn't draft one of your shows, but it's our picks, darn it. And of course, too, if you scan the QR code that just popped up on your screen, it's going to take you to our homepage for all of our amazing audio podcasts at fpnet.podbean.com. But of course, you can find all of our audio podcasts on all the major podcast catchers out there, from iTunes to Spotify to Amazon to iHeartRadio. All of them out there. Just look for the Fandom Podcast Network. We have a great time. And of course, we are all over social media. We have pages for all of our shows on Facebook. We have a presence on X. We have a presence on Instagram, Blue Sky as well, at FanPod Network for most of these, and Fandom Podcast Network on Facebook.
I'd like to shout out the chat real quick. Former child prodigy, of course, and Ghostbusters Quick Response. Thank you, guys. Desk of JMH is voting for Lacey. Thank you, guys, and everyone else that's been watching. Really, really appreciate you chiming in there.
And Amanda.
And just real quick, guys, where can we all find you on your social medias? Kevin, why don't you tell people where they can find you and your 3 seashell classics?
You can find me on X, Instagram, Threads, Discord, Letterbox, also something else. Oh yeah, Blue Sky, Spartan_Phoenix.
Lacey, where can people find you? I know you hang out a lot on Letterboxd.
Letterboxd. That is the one.
Okay.
There can be only one.
What is that at Letterbox?
Oh, hey, guess you need that. Lacey Pants with 2 E's, no Y.
Gary, you've been hanging around here the Fandom Podcast Network a lot lately. I think we're just gonna have to bring you on full time.
Oh well,
it
that's
sucks, but you might get some kaiju treats out of it.
no, that's absolutely fine. You can find me all again on the Fandom Podcast Network on Type 40 and the Spacebook. I am on X at Gary capital A _retro. Gary Akers on Facebook. And if you came to the show late tonight, I won.
Well played. Well played, Gary. Well played.
Robert, where can people find you out there?
I'm on Discord. My screen name's Bald Solo.
There we go. And of course, I'm Kyle. You can find me on all the Fandom Podcast Network Facebook pages. You can find me as Kyle Wagner on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Blue Sky, it's at @KyleW, and on Instagram and Threads, it's at @KyleFandom. This has been an absolute blast.
Oh yeah.
Just a reminder too, if it's a new year, which means you might need some new threads. So visit TeePublic. Kevin,
I forgot to ask a question that I thought would have been fun. Sorry to extend this more, but real quick, if you could steal someone else's pick, what would it have been? Lacey,
Farscape.
Gary,
Eureka.
Robert,
Come back to me.
Kyle,
Fringe.
Stargate
Okay.
SG-1 from Lacey. I would have stole that.
Quantum
Robert,
Leap.
Quantum Leap. There we go. All right, I love that. Sorry to interrupt. I
Ooh,
forgot
I
to
got
ask that
two
question
skill
earlier.
We got 2 skill picks. Ooh.
Well, as I was saying, it's a new year. You might need some new clothes. So visit our TeePublic store. Just go to TeePublic, search for Fandom Podcast Network or the name of your favorite show on the network. We've got all the gear there, from shirts to cups to hats to pillows to bags to cell phone cases, all that can be found on TeePublic. They're always running some kind of sale. Give them a shout out, and hey, I'll be the first to admit we get a little kickback from it, but it helps keep the flux capacitor running around here. So if we don't have that going, things get a little bad. We'll just leave it at that because the last time it was ugly. I'm still cleaning up orange soda.
Oh man.
But this has been the Culture Clash on the Fandom Podcast Network. This has been a lot of fun. This is something new for us, so we hope you really enjoyed it. And I have a feeling we will have more drafts in our future. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time, we have done this thing, and we are out of here.